This off-grid wilderness trapline series documents a 3-month trapping season in the North Maine woods from our off-grid cabin. This documentary is for educational purposes only. Good morning, good morning. All right, we're on snowmobile today, obviously. If you guys have been following the channel, the truck is out to safer pastures. So we're checking the trap line today by snowmobile. I'll probably go check a bunch of traps that are north, come back, pick up the Brandon box, wherever I left that. Where did I leave? Oh, I left it down there. Pick up the Brandon box if I'm gonna move traps or pull traps today. So let's go, guys. I hope it's a productive fur day. We're gonna be digging some traps out today for sure. All right, we've made it to the last trap on the line, the furthest one away, and we're gonna work our way back from there. It's a good 45-minute hour snowmobile ride. Got a decent amount of traps to check today. I'm really counting on some fur today, guys. I think it's gonna be a great day. We should have a lot of activity at the traps. Weather today is downright rude. It was 15 degrees when we left this morning, and they're calling for pretty easy 0 by the time we get back. Don't want to fall in any creeks today. There's the trap. Let's see if this little tree saved it from snow. It's looking like nothing. Huh. This is the opening. All right. One thing I didn't tell you guys about the weather is it is blowing straight sideways out there. We got like 30-mile-an-hour winds, 25 to 35 they called for, and it's all of that because a couple times in the open areas it wanted to lift me right off the sled, it felt like. So today is a day where it'd be much better just to be in camp, sitting by the warm fire, but you ain't gonna get any tougher that way, and these traps gotta be checked. So there's number 2. Nothing in that. Pretty well out of commission after last night's snowstorm, or the day before. I got this in, as you can see, a pretty good green growth with a canopy, so it's not getting as much snow down to the ground here, which is a lot nicer. Keeps the trap live a lot longer. All right, this is one of my favorite sets that hasn't caught anything, but that's all right. I love it. I like trapping. I like making sets, and I like the woods. But this is that beaver flowage, as you can see. There he is, and I got this 220 box set up in a cedar grove in a pretty good fisher area, really good Marten area. We've had a couple checks on it with nothing so far, but we got high hopes. Bait situation is we're running low, and I left the partridge bucket out in the truck, so we got Marten carcasses now for bait. So it'll be fresh, red, bloody meat. It's not their favorite food, but they'll eat them. They've eaten them out of a lot of trappers' traps before. Looking like nothing from here. Looks like the springs are right up. Trap's still fully functional even after the big snow. Well, let's see what it looks like. Yep, that one was pretty easy with the 220 bucks. You know, I'm always thinking as a trapper, you know, where I'm going to move these, how long I'm going to leave them. You know, I have complete control over this entire trap line. So we're getting to the point of the year where if I'm going to make some moves, I got to do them quick. Now this line is not very old. I think I've had 2 checks on it, yeah. So we're looking at a little bit over a week old. These ones are probably going to stay the duration. Nothing. She's still good to go if a Marten came right now. I'm going to clean it up a little bit. Always kind of thinking of the next storm. And we're good to go. The next probably 5 or 6 traps are all like in a fur pocket. So I'm hoping for more action after this one. These ones are cool sets and good areas, but they're kind of fringe. They're not on the fur pocket. With trapping, there ain't no participation ribbon. You know, you think if you come out and work hard and you're out here working hard on a hard day, that you're gonna get rewarded, but I think that is the reward. And the fur, I don't know if it's gonna come or not. I'm still waiting on my participation ribbon. All right, this is that trap that I set right behind that big male fisher I saw across the road in front of me. So, no action yet. Let's see if today brings different. Looks fired. No? What are we looking at? Yeah, it's fired. It's fired. Okay, we got action. I'm gonna dig it out, see what we got in there. First activity of the day. Oh, I see a tail. Jeez, we might have something big in there, folks. Oh yeah, fisher. Wow. Nice. All right. This is right where I saw that fisher cross. I don't think that's the same one, but we got a fisher. Heck yeah. Wow. Sweet. I figured the fisher would come later in the season. We're getting there. Pretty good size. It's the first one I've had all the way in the box. Heck yeah. These fisher skin is so thick and they're so fat. Oh, that's a pretty good sized fisher. Their skin is so thick and some of them have so much fat on them, they don't even freeze. Like, it has been brutal, bitter cold. And it's not frozen solid like a Marten would be. Yeah, that's a big fisher. Yeah, that's a male. Maybe it is the one I saw. I mean, it makes sense, right? Awesome. All right. Well, let's get reset. There's my participation trophy right there. Got it. Not sure why I get a little more jacked up when I catch fisher, but I do. I've noticed that about myself. You guys probably noticed it too. That's a really good size male for these boxes. Nice fisher. Heck yeah. All right, so we got one for, I told you we'd catch something today. I was a little bit scared after that start, but I got confidence. I got confidence in me and myself, my abilities. I got confidence in the fur too, that it'll be moving. So beauty, got a nice male fisher. You know, he's not dark at all. He's super light for a male. Look at the head. Oh my gosh, that thing's a beast. Can I say that this wasn't the one I saw? You know, and I don't know. I got sets up above where I tried to get ahead of them. But the one I saw was jet black and even bigger than this one. But that's freaking awesome right there, guys. Look at that fisher. Nice. I think now is a pretty good time to drive a cup of coffee into me. First cup of the Trapline. I had one this morning. Get up pretty early, and I usually edit and answer questions and comments on the interweb. But I know this is going to be worth its weight in gold today out here, because it is getting brutal. It's right rude. I'm looking at the trees just blowing straight sidways up there. I'm in a pretty good spot here, so that's why you don't see it, but it's awful when you get in any opening, you know. And a couple things to look for too, guys, you know, like, I hope you're learning from this channel. If you're another trapper, if you're gonna trap, you know, all my channel is to help people and inspire people and educate, you know, and pass along some of the wonderful things that have been taught to me and passed along to me, and some of the things I've learned on my own. I want to pass those along to other outdoorsmen. And I've done that with ice fishing, open water fishing, a little bit of hunting, and a lot with the Trapline. But this is a great spot to catch a fisher and a marten. And as you can see, it's blowing 30 miles an hour everywhere else. But right here, it's pretty calm. And that's because this woods is dense and thick. Those are a few of the things you want to look for. You know, it's very simple. I always said reverse engineer them. You know, fishers' favorite food are going to be rabbit, squirrel, partridge, and then mice. Probably in that order. So if you could put yourself in rabbit woods, which you know are not easy to walk through, you know, so if you can get in those, or on the fringes of those, or edges of those, or get where rabbit are, you're going to have a better shot at fisher. So you're not out in the open, you know, where the wind's blowing. You're in here. And also in here, you know, as you notice, when I caught that and remade that set, there wasn't a lot of snow in there. You know, we're looking at anywhere from 10 to 14 inches of snow out here in the open and on the logging roads. But in those woods right there, the snow's still up in the trees, you know, on the branches, and they kind of eat it up. And that's why deer yard in those, and that's why fur likes to get in there too, and the prey that the predators are after. What a great day it's been so far. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know what it is about fisher. I think it was the couple of years that I had the privilege to trap with Skip. He just had fisher in his blood. He was an amazing fisher trapper. He couldn't trap coyote to save his life. He was a good marten trapper. Just an incredible outdoorsman. He was a game warden. He was a absolutely incredible game warden. I wish I could tell you some of the stories that he told me. But he always got so jacked up over fisher, so jacked up. And I think it's because he grew up when fisher were worth a lot of money. They were $300 or so, like in the 70s. And with inflation today, holy crap, with the new inflation, that would make a fisher worth over $1,000 today. So you could see what it was like back then. And way back, V. Lynch, Wildcat Lynch day, a fisher was worth almost a year's salary. So I still get pretty jacked up when I catch a fisher. To me, and I think the value's coming up on them. My biggest year trapping, I caught a lot of marten, and the marten were worth $140 each back then, 18 years ago. And I think fisher were in like the 70 to 80 range back then, depending on male or female. And we still got more jacked up over catching a fisher than a marten. And maybe it's because we can catch marten and catch a lot of marten, and marten are easier to catch. I don't know. Maybe it's because fish are rarer, but I love catching them. It's just, to me, it's one of the ultimate predators out here in the woods. They have no fear, you know, and they're fun to catch. It is getting ugly out here, guys, with this wind. I mean, I'm in the good woods and everything. Wow, really nice deer track. That's fresh too. That's a big buck. He's over 200 pounds. He's right down in there. If I had my muzzle loaded, he might be in trouble. All right, back to camp. Back to camp. I'm gonna fill up the snowmobile with fuel because that was the end of that line, that direction. And I have 2 other lines I could choose from today to go hit. If I choose the one, southern one, I'm probably gonna pull those traps. So I'll have to bring the Brandon box and the big sled because there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's like 8 traps out there. Well, 9 counting the other one. So there's 9 to pull over there, and I won't be able to just strap them on the sled. It'd look like the Clampets. But it'll be a lot easier throwing them in that Brandon box. I just got to make sure I don't get in spots too tight because it'd be tough to unhook and get turned around. But while I'm here, I'm going to throw another log on the fire. It's definitely dropping severely right now. It'll be sub-zero tonight if it's not already. So I'm going to throw another log on the fire so that place stays thawed out and warm. All right, we are pulling over here. Bummer. We've had nothing at this box all year, amazingly. Still, oh wait, no, we got something. We finally got activity here. Cool. All right. Can't forget my trail camera when I pull this box. Hopefully it picked up what came through. We'll see what's in it in a minute. All right, pine marten. Heck yeah. We got one, guys. Nice. All right, we got a pine marten. He's hit pretty hard. The best way to get him out of here is just to close that baby up. Close the whole dang thing out because we're taking it out anyway. Hopefully we get it on the trail camera. I don't know how the batteries are. I don't know if it survived that tree falling on it either. But if I don't show the footage, then we didn't get it. But I'll try. All right. This is the famous log that had the fisher poop on it that you heard me talk about all year. We finally popped a marten here recently, but the fisher hasn't shown up yet. Looks like we got activity. All right, we got a weasel. Sweet. Oh, big one. Beauty. Big white weasel. Heck yeah. All right. That's one of everything today, guys. Heck yeah. Heck of a day. All right, that's just a great sight to come home to. That chimney's still throwing some smoke. So that means the place is gonna be good and warm, and maybe those marten we caught earlier will be thawed out, maybe. But all right, we got like 40 minutes of daylight left, and I really wanna go out and do some scouting or get some of these traps set, but I gotta play it smart. I haven't been playing it very smart lately, and I was 18 miles away from home just now, and it is getting frigid cold. It's gotta be close to 0, and it's still dropping. It could get 5 or 10 below tonight. And the worst part is the wind is just straight sideways. It's blowing like a sieve out here. Don't take any chances tonight. You know, if you mess up or have a breakdown or whatever early in a day, you can kind of recover, right? Kinda. With an hour of daylight left or 45 minutes of daylight, probably not a good idea. So I got enough to do here. I got 2 fisher and a marten and a weasel to skin, and we got trail cam footage to review, and we got a lot of editing we can get caught up on at any time. Now for the marten. All right, so those 2 are frozen right solid. I was also thinking today, man, a marten, how does it not get cold? They don't have any fat on them. They don't have any fat in their muscles or nothing. Like, compared to a fisher and even a weasel, they have fat. And a fisher can pack on a lot of fat when it wants to, but a marten never can. It must just be that beautiful pelt. I mean, it's a really nice pelt and all, but I don't know. Tune in every night for a new episode from this wilderness trapline. The season keeps getting better and better. If you turn on your notifications for this channel after subscribing, you'll be the first to know every day when a new episode airs. Thanks for watching.